Hey Josh, we are back with You Don't Know Squatch for Season 2. What do you think?
I'm pretty excited. How about you? You had a good New Year's?
I had a great New Year's, had a great Christmas, had some of our kids home, and it's always a good time. Enjoyed it. How about you?
Oh, yeah. Family did the whole thing. Did you do any squatching way?
You know, I did not. Actually, I did go out. I went out driving. Funny quick story. I took a guy came into the store who I have met years ago, and he wanted to go out looking for tracks, so I took my plow truck, and he was behind me in a Jeep, and we went down on a road by Wellington Lake that had not been plowed. It was about 1.5 feet, 2 feet deep. So I plowed our way in, and as we're going in, I'm thinking, if we meet somebody coming the other way, but no, it's like 3 in the afternoon, nobody's come. Sure enough, here comes a truck coming up there. So it took us about 20 minutes of Tetris on the road of me plowing a section, and then the Jeep got stuck behind me in the ditch, and it was quite an adventure. No Sasquatch tracks, but fun in the snow. That's all I can say. But yeah, look excited for the year 2020. What You Don't Know Squatch is going to have in store.
You know, we got a lot of new listeners out there and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, our listening crowd has grown.
Yeah, especially on YouTube. Thanks, guys, and Happy New Year to everybody out there.
And please keep writing us and asking us your questions, sending us your comments and your reviews. Makes a big difference.
Yeah, and we're sorry we kind of just left it. I forgot to put up we'll be on break back for the New Year kind of thing. So
it's your fault. Your fault.
Yeah, it was. There was some people asking. We are still here.
We are. And we're alive and well. And we got some updates, I believe. First of all, people have been asking us, so what'd you guys give up on the movie?
Oh, no. I mean, we're good. We're like halfway done.
Heck yeah. We're not done. We had a little hiccup called snow show up.
A little early this year.
A little early, so we can't keep filming. We got a bunch of filming done, but then the snow came and we can't use the same location with the snow on the ground. And we had some technical equipment that had not arrived. We'll just leave it at that. But it's going to make the movie so much better. And no, we're still 100% on track.
And everybo's had to have the same haircut.
Everyone's got to have the same haircut, beard cut, clothes on. So, yeah, no, we're still on. We're still on with the movie.
And a big shout out to Staunton Park for letting us film.
Yes,
that was a
Park.
blast.
Thank you again for letting us have pretty much the run of the place and just stopping to check on us once in a while. But, yeah, they were awesome.
It's always fun to have a gig where you learn a little bit about the area, too. All
absolutely.
Those cabins back there is rad. If
Absolutely.
you haven't had a chance, make sure you come out and visit.
Yes, check out Staunton State Park. It's worth the money to get in.
Man, and your store has expanded quite a bit.
Things have changed. We moved out the Carhartt and the fishing gear, and we expanded, so it's all Sasquatch. I like to say our store is now the retail equivalent of Rainforest Cafe. Of course, there's no food, and there's no gorillas.
And no fish.
But it is a multi-sense experience, and we're adding more all the time, adding more sound effects. So the store increased. The museum is still the museum. We just made the retail space more fun, I'd say.
Oh, man, and it's just... And you guys expanded online too, right?
And we expanded online with thanks to your wife, Steph, and we've got a much bigger online presence, and it's proving to be a big draw for people. So,
I bet what I was saying is your items are available online at your store.
Yes,
now.
Sorry. We opened an online store, again with Stephanie's help. So, yes, you can go to SasquatchOutpost.com and shop now. And we've had quite a few orders. So not every single thing is in there, but probably 95% of what we sell is online. So you can definitely check that out and make some purchases if you are not around the corner and run down to the store. Thanks for that reminder, Josh. I almost forgot about that. My wife would have shot me after all the work she put into it. And hey, got something coming up here in a week. Big news.
That's right. That's another, man, it's been already a rockin' New Year.
Rockin' New Year. So we had History Channel come and record me at our store for a pilot of what they hope will be a new series called Ancient Monster Quest. Friday night, the 17th at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So check it out. Who knows how much they'll use of the interview? Maybe none. I don't know. But that's the challenge of recording for TV. They're going to put on there what they're going to put on there. So
hey, I doubt they send a crew all the way, across.
That was a 4-hour ordeal, my friend. Setting up, recording, and taking down. It is not quick when it comes to these big networks.
No. They a lot of equipment,
But they loved the store, and of course I had to donate some swag to them before they left from the Sasquatch Outpost. So great guys, great crew, and hopefully it'll be a good show. And who knows what it might lead to. But yeah, a week from today.
Yeah, I was already actually checked it out on their website, and they already have
they've got a little blurb on there.
Yeah, a little page up there for it. So
yep,
trying to figure out how we can record that somehow.
Well, I don't know because my TV contract died today. It was canceled today.
And PlayStation View, they're getting rid of that. That's how we watch TV.
Oh, they're getting rid of PlayStation View?
Yeah. And they didn't have history anyways.
Well, yeah. What's this world coming to?
But we'll make sure whatever gets online, we'll put links to it on You Don't Know Squatch, so that way you guys can check it out. Yes. I'm sure there'll be little clips or something on YouTube.
There'll be something. I'm sure we can get someone to record it on their DVR and we'll have it. But
that's really...
Unfortunately, I'll be on my way to a funeral in South Carolina. I will not even get to watch it, probably. Not live, anyway. So, but life is what life is. Huh?
Hey, it's not live anyway.
It's not live anyway. It's recorded.
Pre-recorded.
Just like this is. But we've got some great shows coming up. I'm really excited about some of the interviews we're going to have, and we've got a movie we're going to review today.
Oh yeah. This was actually filmed all in Colorado.
I'm sorry to hear that. I really
with the Colorado crew. But I guess it's time for Squatch at the Box.
Let's go to Squatch at the Box.
So all right, so the movie we're talking about is called The Hoax, and while
what's the name should give it away already, but
I mean, they did too much. It looked really, really good. I mean, the quality of it looked really, really good. Like whoever colored the movie, was really. I mean, it looks really high end.
I'll give you that. That's about all I'll give you for this movie.
I mean, you've seen Sharknado or anything like that, right?
I have not seen Sharknado.
Oh God, it looks so much better than stuff like that. Like they actually put effort into that.
Thankfully, there has not been a Squatchnado yet. But
don't give people ideas.
I know. But the hoax.
So, tell us a little bit about...
Well, to me, The Hoax is Finding Bigfoot meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that's about as far as I can...
It's funny. They actually said it in the movie, what they were trying to accomplish. And it was like a one-off joke. It was like Jaws meets Hills Have Eyes.
So, basically, it's these people going out hunting for Bigfoot, find him, they think... You see shots of Bigfoot running around, killing people. Everybody's getting killed until there's a shift. So tell us what happens in the shift.
All right, so that's when it goes real Hills Have Eyes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It turns out it's people dressed up.
Dressed up as Bigfoot. For what purpose might they be dressed up as Bigfoot?
To murder people.
And then to eat them.
It's crazy. We me and Jim both live here in the mountains in Colorado, and I've never seen a hillbilly actor like
No.
that. Like
No.
That assumes that like we're in Deliverance.
Yes.
Like that kind of people.
Complete with cutting off parts of bodies and eating them while the guy's still alive. It was bodies hanging on meat hooks, and it was definitely Texas human sauce chainsaw massacre. It was. My wife actually got up and left the room. She was getting so grossed out by the movie.
There was that whole drone scene. I thought it was hilarious. There were like so many similarities. Like they were going places where we were going with our film. But they did totally.
They went a totally different direction.
the not realistic.
Totally different direction. When I found out it was a guy or guys in suits, I thought, okay, where's this going to go? And then I saw the saws and the bodies hanging. I thought, no, please tell me this is not where this movie's going to land.
It kind of went where I go all the time about these, when we talk about Bigfoot and movies and stuff, that it was kind of a Predator ripoff at points. When they're hunting the monster, there's even like a helicopter scene when they're coming in and they're listening to like, old rock type music.
Yes, that's true.
It was just a Predator ripoff. There's the whole like infrared scene that was going on.
Yes, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And, the lead guy. That guy was...
the lead guy is the world's biggest jerk.
The poor man's Josh Brolin.
Poor man Josh Brolin. Yes, that's true.
I thought he was going to ask for the gauntlet at some point.
And he is. He's the security, if you're talking about the same guy, the security expert. And he's walking around the woods half the time with no weapons.
Yeah, not that guy. Actually, that guy looks familiar from movies.
He did. Oh, you're talking about the main guy.
The main guy that hires everybody?
Who doesn't mind people getting killed for the sake of the movie. And
There was parts of it where I was like, man, this guy watched Sicario, and it's like he's practiced talking to, Benicio.
Yeah, he didn't care if people went off on their own and got slaughtered. It was like, yeah, the show must go on. But the security guy who didn't carry a gun, couldn't have killed Bigfoot if he'd wanted to. And here he is blazing away with his gun. How come these guys in suits weren't killed?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Bigfoot. It was hillbillies.
Because it was a little Matrix nod there, too. They were dodging bullets.
It was bad. It was just bad.
I did love, too, that I put in my notes that they use the word Sidiots.
Sidiots, yes.
Which is totally a Colorado mountain
it
thing,
is. They pulled that one out of Colorado for sure. I did not realize the whole thing was made in Colorado. The scenery was obviously beautiful.
I think up by Lake City they filmed it. It's that's kind of hard. I don't want to trash people in my own market. Like, I might work with these people eventually down the road. And,
you can work with them. They still made a horrible movie. This movie, they didn't get. So.
But it did hit, like, I did get to feel they did a little research, for what they were doing. The whole Bigfoot hates dogs thing was in there.
Yeah, Bigfoot hates dogs.
But, of course, it was a fake Bigfoot.
And they had knocking, which was the hillbillies knocking.
And then they were talking about tree structures. Right. And what did you think about their tech that they were using? Like, some of that stuff have you ever tried using infrared?
Yeah, they had some tech. I'm trying to remember. They did have some tech in there that I've never used, and I wasn't sure if it would work. But they were trying to give the impression like they spared no expense for this movie. This pulled out all the stops, all the best equipment. But it doesn't help you when you're filming hillbillies in Bigfoot suits. So
I did. My favorite scene of the movie was at the end where the girl is beating them to death to the record skipping. I was cracking up laughing so hard about that.
I'll be very honest with you. True confessions. I did not watch it to the very bitter end.
Well, it sounded like you got pretty close because the hillbilly whole thing was.
So who kills him? The girl from the
it was the
Bigfoot movie.
The symbiont girl research. What do you think about bringing out a monkey researcher?
No, because I'm not an ape theorist. So I don't think, and I didn't like that part. I didn't like that they had this ape researcher who's going to try and draw all these conclusions about, well, this is really a gorilla. It's a type of gorilla. It's not. I mean, I know why they did it because that's what people think, but they're wrong.
But yeah, you totally wouldn't bring if you had the funding to like fund a team that big. Who would you bring? What kind of team would
it's a good question. I would definitely have several experienced researchers who I know. I would have, the best equipment we could get, which would include drones with thermal and FLIR and. I don't think I would hire a security guy. I mean, we're usually armed when we go out. People are surprised to hear that. And it's not to shoot Bigfoot. It's to...
You're in the woods,
protect ourselves from kooky people. And I hear too many stories about wacko guys walking in the camp in the middle of the night. So it's to have something to deter them with. But yeah, as far as other researchers, that's a good question. I wouldn't bring a skeptic along like Finding Bigfoot did just for the sake of having a skeptic. Because the goal would be to find as much evidence. Research. Well, it's like the show Expedition Bigfoot that's on now, which I haven't watched yet, but I've heard they do a decent job in their research. I think it's only a team of 4. So I would model something more off of what I understand that show to be. I would not do anything like Finding Bigfoot, as much as I love some of the guys on the show. Getting evidence for Bigfoot in an area, getting calls back, knocks, and then next thing you know, they're in the next town. It's like, no, you guys got to stick around for a week and camp. You really want to see what goes on, you got to camp and have cameras in the tents and have stuff going on outside, and you're talking about it.
Oh yeah, it's like when Nat Geo goes to record wolves or something.
Yeah.
They're there for a while. They're not there for like a week or two. No. They're there for like a month.
But the impression from Finding Bigfoot was that they were there for a day or two, and then they moved on.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not giving them enough credit, but when they came to Colorado, they were here 2 or 3 days, something like that. So... But hey, it's a show, and it got exposure for Bigfoot and Bigfoot research, which it definitely did.
So you'd bring a sound guy?
Well, we'd have to have a sound guy. We'd have to have a film guy or 2, and we'd have to have researchers.
And then when you say researchers, are you saying just like in your field, or are you outside? Like maybe, I don't know, professors from universities, something like that? Maybe an anthropologist?
Maybe an anthropologist, but again, what the purpose of them being there is, my goal in that kind of an expedition would not be see if you can disprove what we're talking about. I would want to bring some forestry experts to try and explain some of the stuff we find with trees.
So that's cool, maybe actually a forest ranger or something.
A forest ranger or somebody who really knows trees.
They begin with an A.
Arborist.
Yeah.
Maybe an arborist who could tell us that these tree bends or these tree breaks happen because of this, or they got no clue why they happen. But having an expert there would be great, which I've not had that luxury up till now. Maybe somebody who's an expert in, have camera guys filming what we're doing, but have someone who's an expert at hiding concealed cameras so that we can maybe get some shots.
Surveillance expert or something
surveillance expert, because we know Bigfoot knows about cameras and he avoids them. So somebody who could fool Bigfoot because of the type of camera they're using and how they disguise it. But it would have to be somebody who's an expert at that.
Would a game tracker be somebody?
Yeah, a game tracker to track the footprints. Again, this is sky's the limit, unlimited budget.
I'm just curious. I mean, that would be interesting to see.
A game tracker who really... Of course, there's no experts that I know of who are experts at tracking Bigfoot. There'd be experts at tracking animals. Bigfoot has an annoying habit of having footprints and then they're gone. And you can't follow a trail because they just stop in the middle of nowhere. So if you could follow Bigfoot's tracks to the logical wherever they went, we would have had a lot more things happen, but you just find that the tracks go out in the middle of a field and they disappear. There's no more tracks, just like Bigfoot dematerialized or something. It's really bizarre. But a tracking expert would be not a bad idea. Probably Native American. I would have somebody who's got experience from the First Nations side who can help us understand spiritually what's going on with them. Or two experts from a Native American culture. Because we have people all the time come in our store from Navajo and Ute and Lakota Sioux, and they have great stories, man. And I know that there's people in their tribal communities who have more experience with Sasquatch than other people do. And they have lots of oral tradition about them being spiritual and being shaman, having shaman gifts and skills. And so that would be someone else that would be fun to have.
Sounds like a dream team right there.
Yeah. Artist who could do quick sketches of what's going on. And if one of the teams sees something but no one else does, they can get basically a forensic artist.
Oh, cool. Like, yeah. Like, person you go when you commit a crime, you look like this.
Yeah.
Not the guy at the mall that would draw him cartoons.
No, not the caricature guy. No, we don't need a Sasquatch caricature. There's probably plenty of those already.
Man, so is there anything about this movie that you did like?
No.
No, not at all.
I didn't like anything about it. There are some movies that I don't like, but there's some redeeming parts, but no, a couple pretty girls, that's about it.
Would you rate this better than God was the one we watched where
the man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot?
No, the other one where it was kind of similar, like it was him versus Bigfoot in the woods.
Oh yeah, it was called.
That was another Predator vibe movie.
It was another Predator vibe. I liked that one better.
I also did too. I wish I remember the name of that.
We'll think of it. I liked that one better than this one because this one, you're being led along a path that leads to cannibals at the end, which is just totally ridiculous in the woods of Colorado.
It was a jarring turn. Like
I didn't expect it, and I thought, oh, give me a break. You're not going to do this, and they did.
It was totally a carpet pull. Like I said, I did like the quality of the film. Like
you'd have to speak to that more than me, but being a filmmaker.
But other than that, it just it was a B movie, just something you'd probably see like in a grindhouse driving.
Well, and unfortunately, it propagates. The part of the problem is it propagates the whole idea that Bigfoot is a hoax, that it's just people in suits, it's just people out there stamping footprints in the ground.
There's another explanation other than...
There's another explanation than that it's a real creature. And I'll tell you one thing, those hillbillies could get around pretty quiet. They surprised a lot of people. I'm like, you walking around in this friggin' Bigfoot suit and nobody hears you coming? Give me a break.
Well, you didn't bump into something.
You didn't bump into a tree or... Yeah. So that's why at first I thought that they were real Bigfoot. But when they started slaughtering everyone, I thought, no, that's not the way Bigfoot tends to behave. So I figured there was more to it. And the name is the hoax. So, somewhere in the movie, this
something's
whole thing is
going to be full of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I honestly thought the poor man's Josh Brolin guy was the one doing it. Because he kept showing up after the fact.
Yes.
It was kind of one of those misdirects that they were doing.
And I wonder where he was.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
where
I'm saying.
were you all this time?
It was very Scooby-Doo.
Yes. Josh Brolin.
But yeah, so I guess you would totally not recommend that movie.
I would not recommend it except for the entertainment value and to see a very bad movie. But as far as anything that looks like a genuine Bigfoot movie, no, don't go see this.
Well, hopefully,
The Hills Have Eyes is probably about as good of a Bigfoot movie as The Hoax, and that wasn't a Bigfoot movie.
Well, that's it for Squatch at the Box, I guess.
I guess so. We've destroyed this one enough.
All right, so we're wrapping up. We're in the last round of the show here. You got anything coming up that you'd like to announce?
Well,
we got the 17th for...
The 17th, I'm going to start doing some personalized museum tours, which you'll be able to find on the website, where you can sign up, basically come in for an hour, 20-minute video, and then 40 to 45 minutes with me walking you through the museum, explaining the displays, telling stories. And we're going to start that, I think, on the 15th of this month, next week. And so people can sign up. We're going to have a minimum of 3, maximum of 5 for those tours.
So you're going to fill them up first and then...
Yeah, because it's just not worth it for 3. And we'll probably try during the actual part where I'll be walking them through the museum to close the museum for that period of time so we don't have lots of other people coming through. So that if you pay to do this special personalized tour, you're gonna have the museum to yourself for that period of time. So
that's cool.
We'll see how that works. People may get pissed because we closed the museum down for a period of time, but
well, no, I mean that also helps too because if you have it open to the public, people might ask come up and start asking you questions that you've already answered,
or people that have paid to do this personalized tour versus people who just walk up and listen to the whole thing, So, but I think it'll be fun. Every time I've taken someone back there and started to tell stories, before I'm done, there's 10 more people in the room listening, and so it's fun. I enjoy doing it, but we're going to start making it formal, where they sign up online, pay for the tour, and then come in and do it.
That's awesome. Totally. I could see. I mean, there's so much that I have questions in when we're just walking around.
Sure.
You're showing me things in there.
And that'll be a chance for them to ask any questions they want to ask.
That's awesome. And we got the website. The website's up.
Got the website up.
What's the address for that?
The address is SasquatchOutpost.com. And I'm working with Stephanie to create a link to a database where we're going to start trying to track all these sightings that are reported to us in a more formal, researchable way. Searchable way. So I think we figured out the how. And in fact, the interviews we have coming up in our next episodes, I'm going to see if they want to be the first in the new database, the first reports in the new database.
Oh, cool. So how about our upcoming guests? What do we got? Eyewitnesses or researchers?
We have a couple of eyewitnesses we're going to interview in the next 2 episodes. Very, very incredible sightings. One of them is the most dramatic sighting I've ever heard in the whole time I've been doing this. So, should be awesome.
Well, so tune in for that, and I guess, guys, keep at it. Keep telling people about us. I can't get it out right now, but we're loving the subs. You can get us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You can find us on pretty much everywhere you can find podcast. And I guess that's it for this one.
And let's not forget, you don't know Squatch.